Okay, kind of a new project. I actually picked this up tonight. Kind of funny, I texted Mo and I said, hey buddy, we got a new project, and he has no idea what I got. And it's actually pretty cool. I think it's going to turn out to be another restoration project, what we did with our go-kart, but it's going to be a little bit different this time because I picked up an old school mini bike. It's super cool, and it's got an awesome reupholstered seat. It has decent paint on it, but I think that I'm gonna repaint it, or Mo and me are gonna repaint it. Let me show you the front forks. That is the only issue on this bike. Are those the horseshoe style forks? The front tire doesn't even spin because the front forks are so bent. But that's okay, because we're going to pull the front forks off, and I want to get his input on the forks. I don't know if we want to put like BMX forks on it or mountain bike forks. I have no idea. I think we might just, get some DOM tubing, not plate it, but just reinforce it to make it right. And the cool thing about this project is not only did it come with the mini bike frame, but it also came with this super cool Briggs & Stratton engine with a centrifugal clutch on it. I think it's a 3.5 horse. That's not enough. We need more power. As you can see from the cart that we put together, that's a 420 cc engine on it. We won't go that big on the mini bike because I have a feeling we're going to be in the hospital. Not saying that we're not going to be in the hospital from the go-kart, but I think that it needs to have a jump up from a 3.5 horse. One thing that I noticed is that this 3.5 horse has a lot of a smaller chain on it, and I think it's a 35 chain. I haven't measured it yet, so we'll measure it later when Mo comes here on Thursday. Mo's been real busy, so I think Thursday we're going to get together and we're going to shoot a video and measure the chain and kind of mess around with this a little bit. This is kind of the introduction, but I'm going to add on to this video and kind of show you Mo's reaction, because he has no idea what I got, and he's gonna get a kick out of it when he sees this new project. So here's Mo's reaction.
Jeez, where'd you find this?
A buddy of mine found it in his barn.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Pretty sweet, huh?
I'm already thinking of all the things.
Well, what do you think about that engine?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
On this.
Because what is this?
That's a 3.5 horse Briggs.
Yeah. I'd say 5.5
Underpowered.
sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
The power of that was on here on this would be scary.
Yeah, it totally would. I think that that engine.
Light. It's not. It's
yeah.
probably lighter than the go-kart.
Oh, a lot lighter than the go-kart.
I bet you the engine mounts are the same as that one.
I bet you we don't have to change up a thing, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's got a kickstand? What?
Pretty sweet.
So we just got the bike hung up, and this is where we're going to be tearing it down.
By the way, we're doing the mini bike build now.
Yeah. We figured it'd be easier to do everything chest height instead of bending over and crouching over it. There's a lot that needs to be done to this.
This frame is not happy.
Yeah. So we're going to continue on tearing everything out. We're almost off with the seat. Just got to disconnect the shocks. And we're going to run through and make a list of everything that needs to be done. There's already a couple things that we've noticed, so. Yep.
It'll be a fun build, but
it's going to be hard to record and kind of get things done on this one because.
But we should be able to get a lot of it filmed. So yes, this is part 1 of the build, and what do you say we go ahead and get the shocks off?
Mm-hmm. Here, you hold the seat and I'll hold this.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. There goes more washers, and we got the seat off. Nicest part of this bike is the seat.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I bet you those are the same size.
We could really see how bent the frame is now. Ouch. Go ahead and set the seat down on the bench.
Yeah, let's make every piece of hardware different.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that. I don't know why we didn't think of that on any of our builds. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. We're just the type to spend all
Why
day.
don't we pick up all the millions of washers that we've dropped on the ground? Because we'll never remember where those go.
Pliers.
Pliers.
People were like, why is he using that long extension? Well, this
It's
is
a long
cheater-
story.
A cheater extension.
Nice. There goes another washer. Oh my.
17 more.
We got the front forks off, rear wheel off, and we can see more of the frame damage now that everything's off of it.
This was the damaged side.
This is our problem child.
Right here is all bent, and then if you go further back, you can see where they grinded their welds down before they painted it. So that's kind of where we're at. The brakes, our go-kart has disc brakes. Now
These are drums.
these are drums. So what we're gonna do, because these still look good, is we're gonna
Reuse them, clean them.
clean them up, and then we'll scuff it up with some sandpaper, and then call it good. We're gonna take this bracket off, get the whole brake off, and then we'll go ahead and degrease it, power wash it, strip the paint, and then get it down to bare metal, and then that's when we'll start doing redoing the frame.
All right, so we are going to do the frame modifications tonight. We got the paint stripped off, and you can kind of see where the frame has been modified on this frame. You can see right here that this was like a sleeve. So someone bent it or did whatever, and they tried to sleeve it. It really doesn't look that great, so we're going to try and make it better. What we're going to do is cut right here and cut down here, and we're going to add a new piece of
A new elbow, pretty much.
yeah, basically a new elbow, and hopefully make this a little bit straighter. We also need to bend back this. It's, you can tell right here, is kind of kinked. The one thing that I want to do, just to keep this square, because this is square, I want to put a cross member right here, just tacked into place for the meantime. And I have a really good idea for that, because I have some of these horseshoes laying around, and to be honest with you, that's going to work out fine. Tack right here and a tack on the other side, that ought to keep it pretty square, don't you think?
Place, yeah.
I know it's a little hillbilly, but that's kind of what we do. All right, we got some heat going on this. We got our tube bender in place too. So we're gonna put some heat on this. What do you say we lower the jack a little bit, get the jack out of the way? I can see it, but the bend is right there. We're gonna go ahead and put some heat on it. You can instantly see that it is changing color. Gonna melt some of the paint off of here. Let's see a little further down, like right where that flame is.
Yeah.
That may be right.
It's bending.
Yep.
Try to put it like right here.
Get a little heat on that. Alright, wait a second. That's good right there.
You want to take the heat off?
We're going to take the heat off of it now. Kind of leave that in place. We got that straight.
As possible.
So,
So now we're just waiting for this to cool down before...
we take the pressure off of it.
That's a lot better.
That's a lot better.
I could live with that.
Yeah.
Alright. Ready, so we got some tape.
Kind of marked off the line where we need to cut. Yep. For the new section of this frame. So I'm going to go ahead and cut.
Probably gonna need to move.
What's that?
So I'm probably gonna need to move.
Yeah.
So while he was cutting that, I noticed that the welds the other person didn't quite hold up. This is why we're doing this.
This is why anything that we go through and possibly sell to somebody else, we want to make sure that it is absolutely as safe as possible.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I could not let this bike go, or we knew that we couldn't let this bike go with the work that was done to it.
Yeah. So I'm super glad that we did this because that's a clean cut. Those welds didn't hold up. Yeah, I'm super glad that we decided to do this.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut this side. We got this screwed up section of frame cut out.
Scope it out.
So you can see it was slaved.
Nice.
So yeah, now we got some frame to work with.
Now we get to bend this down.
Try and straighten that out.
And then we get to figure out what we're going to do here.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Cool. We got it cut out! Finally. Well, it didn't take very long. I shouldn't say finally.
Yeah, no kidding.
But our angle's a little bit off.
So we're going to bend it back. So Cameron's here heating up the piece of pipe that we want to bend in our fancy tube bender here.
The floor jack also was a frame straightener,
yeah.
And it was a tube bender holder. Oh, I see what's happening. It's lifting up.
What's lifting up?
The back of the jack.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep. Yep. Okay. Let's put that up there and watch it.
Move the torch.
It's still real hot.
A little more.
A little more? Alright. Well, guys, we got it bent down how we wanted it. A little bit of heat, and I think we're happy with it, huh?
Yeah, works for me.
Right on. We'll be back in a second, and we'll try and fit this thing up. All right, we're going to cut this pipe, and hopefully it'll fit on the bike frame. So, safety glasses on, safety first, right?
This is what happens when you don't have a vise.
Which we will get a vise very soon.
Hopefully.
So hold it parallel to me.
Looks like it'll sit flush.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking too.
We might need to cut more, but let's just cut where we're at and see.
Perfect.
From there.
Why don't we mark it? It's pretty much spot on.
Yeah. I'm gonna call that good.
Yep. Can't get any better than that, really.
That's about it. There we go. Ah.
Well, it's in place. We're happy.
I'm happy. Are you happy?
Yep. What do you say we get this thing welded in, and then we'll be back after we get it welded in.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. We got the new section of frame put in, and it fits perfectly.
Here's the wing nut.
And clears the airbox too. We'll be able to change the air filter without having to remove the motor.
Yep. Unlike the other engine where from factory you'd have to take the engine out.
Yep.
So
And the frame looks great too.
yeah. We just gotta clean up some of the welds, and
Like I said, I'm not a welder.
he's a painter actually. So we're
yep.
pretty stoked.
Looks good, guys.
See you soon.
Got this guy. Safety first. Damn it. All right, he's gonna be grinding down some of the welds.
Did we shoot?
What's that? No, we showed it.
Oh, okay.
So, for those of you that don't know, Santa actually saw my welds, and he's gonna be giving me a grinder for Christmas.
And I'm Santa, and this is the grinder.
Like I said, I'm not a welder, so it'll hold. We're grinding these welds down. We'll be back in a second.
Alrighty, so
It's paint night.
yes it is. Cameron got the bike all cleaned up. right now is we're gonna put the paper up to kind of prevent overspray.
Which we learned our lesson last time with the cart. Everything is green.
Everything was green, or at least had a green powder on it.
Powder on it, yeah.
So we're gonna get this up, or try to figure out how to get it up, and then we'll be back.
Viagra. Alrighty. Well, this is our makeshift paint booth. It actually looks pretty darn good, just for some cheap paper that we bought at Orchard Supply. Are we gonna go ahead and hang this up, do you think?
Let's hang it up, and then we'll do the...
We'll do the acetone?
Huh? Yeah, after
okay.
it's hung up.
Cool. So we got it all hung up right here, and we'll kind of have it hanging there in the camera right here, so you can kind of watch us paint.
Wow. So right now, Cameron is prepping it for paint.
Get that acetone on there to get all the...
Jeez.
Holy smokes. Probably gonna have to do a lot of prep.
Yeah, so the acetone's pretty much gonna get all the oils and stuff like that off, so the paint doesn't like fish eye. Or,
yeah, cool. Okay, hit that side one more time.
My name is Valerie Decker, and I'm a troubleman for PG&E.
now we're painting. Oh yeah, camera, get it. Get it.
Got our first coat on, and we're going to let that kind of tack up a little bit. And once that's all tacked up, then we're going to be ready for our second coat, and we're going to lay the second coat on pretty heavy, huh?
Yeah.
And maybe one more coat after that, and then the frame is set.
Yep.
So we're happy with the way that it's coming. That's next.
Yep.
We're getting there. Hey guys, it's a couple days after we shot the frame with paint, and didn't turn out that bad. I mean, there's a couple spots on it where it kind of fish-eyed. That's okay. It's going to be in the dirt and getting muddy and whatever. Probably chip the paint within the first ride anyways. But looks good. It's all dry. I'm going to start prepping up the forks. Forks are down there. I'm going to prep up the forks, sand them down, put some acetone on them, and paint the forks. So I'll show you what they look like after. All right. Well, you saw in our last video that, or the last update that I had, I was getting ready to prep the forks for the bike. Forks are now painted, and we're starting to do the reassembly process.
We realized that a couple of bolts have blue paint on them, so what we're going to do is we're going to put it together and kind of just spray over it. Other than that, it actually doesn't look too bad.
No.
So our idea was all black, and then we were going to redo the paint on...
the flywheel cover.
Yeah. So we're going to do another Honda red, and then we'll get the sticker on the side. We'll have to
We'll get some sort of sticker on the side.
And it still needs the carburetor, and then we're going to do the exhaust as soon as we get it on the bike so we don't interfere. So we're going to put the wheel on, and then we'll see what we...
See what happens after that.
Yeah. Hey guys, so what we didn't get on camera was starting to reassemble the bike. We didn't get too far, thank God. All we did was put the wheels and the seat on.
And the brake as
And
well.
the brake. Still need, so the brakes, kill switch, carburetor, we got a new carburetor, waiting for that to come in the mail. Throttle linkage. Do we have a throttle cable?
We do have a throttle cable. Motor's off of it right now, and I mean the bike is rolling, and it's painted, and I think honestly that it turned out better than we expected.
Yeah.
Because this was a budget build. I think in total we probably have $100, $125 into this bike.
Also, we need chain and the custom exhaust that I want to do.
That's Mo's idea. We are going to do an exhaust on here that you haven't seen on a mini bike before, so stay tuned for that.
Guaranteed.
So stay tuned for that.
This concludes part 1.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for part number 2. You should be seeing that after the new year. And from us from Gears, Grease, and Gas, wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks, guys.
Later, guys.